Hello, welcome back to another Fashion Show. I'm Jay from Jay Books Corner. Today we're here to talk about my end of the year vlog. So if you guys don't know, I film and record one last video for the end of the year. So this is a vlog for my final read. I am reading a few things on my Kindle, which are like mangas, graphic novels, and things while I'm reading this. But as soon as I finish this final book, I'm done reading. So if it happens today, I'm done reading. If it happens tomorrow, I'm done reading. I already picked up my first book of next year as well. I did that ahead of time. We'll talk about that in this video next year. For this one, I decided to go with an Audible original, so it's not a physical book. I cannot hold it up, but it'll be up there on the screen the whole time. And it's Slayers by a lot of different people. Amber Benson, who plays Tara in the TV show, was big person behind this. Buffy reimagined after the events of season 7, so there could be slight spoilers for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The TV show, if you guys did not know, I'm doing a Buffy-a-thon in the year of 2024. It's a 12-month long read-along and watch-along video. I'll link it for you in case you guys want to check it out yourselves. That being said, I don't know what this follows. I know a lot of the voice casting, but you see on the cover, came back to voice some characters. It does sound like the little bit I've listened to, they're retconning some stuff, which I don't love, but it's fine. For instance, like, I really don't like how Spike is portrayed here, like, at all. He's kind of pissing me off. I think it's because I've read the comics, like, the further on stuff, and I really like what they did with Spike as they went further and further into the Buffyverse. It's fine. I'm here to figure out what this is about, and it's definitely been one of my most anticipated things that came out this year. I just haven't had time to sit down to read it, so why not my final book of the year? Why not? So let's do it. I'll update you at the 25% mark. These are an episode, so after episode 3, I think is what it is, I'll come in and I'll talk to you, and then we'll do a middle check-in and then a final check-in. So I'll see you guys for that first check-in. We have hit the 25% mark. Or 3 chapters in. I really don't know what it equates to be honest with you, of this, and I don't like it. Which I think is pretty fitting, one for the year, but also for the track record for this year. If you guys know, I talked about, I'm pretty sure in the intro, I hated my first book of the year. It was a 1-star read. I don't know if this is going to be a 1-star read, but it's definitely not a 5. It reads like terrible fan fiction. And it's even worse knowing that an actress from the TV show wrote it, which makes it more uncomfortable kind of in a way on some of the plot details that they decided to go with. But also, like, it truly just feels like shitty fan fiction. So the story, which I didn't know, Cordelia obviously is dead in the Buffy universe. So, huge spoilers for the TV show, which I already mentioned that. It's an alternate reality TV thingy. She comes from an alternate reality into our reality to find Spike. Drusilla and Tara are together in her reality, which is, I don't even know how to handle it, to be honest with you. So her goal is to get Spike to come back to her reality so he can fuck Drusilla so they can kill Drusilla. That's essentially what the plot of the book is. And it's bad. I mean, there's parts of it that I like. Like, Anya's in it. I really like Anya as a character in this, what they're doing with it. She's both alive. I don't like what they did with her in our universe. But the alternate Anya, not Josh. Giles just showed up, and obviously Giles is like a father figure to like anybody who watched that show. So like he brings me comfort, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy what I'm going to be listening to. That's where I'm at. 3 chapters in. I'll update you in 3 more chapters. Update number 2. We have hit the next 3 chapters. The story got a bit better, so pretty fanfiction-y in my opinion. I didn't really care for a lot of the character choices. I don't think a lot of the character choices make sense with what's going on. I do like some pairings though, and it is fun hearing the voices again of the characters voicing them. I think the responses of why certain characters couldn't be in here, such as Buffy, Willow, Xander's I even mentioned, are kind of ridiculous. I mean, Xander I guess has like one line, or like one mentioned. Buffy's been mentioned several times. Willow's been mentioned like once, which is shocking because, the whole story revolves around Tara and this like Tara going evil with black magic thing, and I just don't think it's like done very well. I can understand why Amber Benson would want to tackle this subject. One, that's how her character died, so I guess that makes sense. I just don't think it's done, once again, particularly well. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like a 2, which originally, I think it's probably gonna be like a 3. It's not a horrible read, but it's gonna take a lot for me to convince you to read it. But see how the ending is. I'm gonna finish it in the morning after I wake up, do a little bit of other reading, and then go to bed. Hello, I'm gonna give you guys the final update for Slayers. So I'd be a little quiet just because people are sleeping. I didn't turn on the Christmas tree. Hopefully that should be fine. It's nothing brighter than the lights in the kitchen. I finished it. I'm giving it a 3-star overall. It was an okay last read for the year. I really liked a lot of the things. Overall, I thought the book was okay. I felt like it was pretty much fan service. Very, I don't know. I don't love it being like a play. I think it works as a play, but like it just didn't. I didn't think it translated as well to paper as well. I also felt like a lot of the dialogue was very clunky. I didn't really enjoy that either. Like I've been saying this entire time, it reads like fan fiction, not good fan fiction. A lot of the pairings and stuff seemed like people were like, oh, I want to see them together. Oh, they had good chemistry. I really don't understand the relationships between all the characters, how they all got together, how they got along. I think it would have been much more interesting to just be in the world of the alternate reality than being settled in our reality and taking characters from our reality into this alternate reality. I don't think it worked for the story. I don't think it works for Buffy. I will have to say, I think maybe I'm a little bit biased just because I really do enjoy the comic books. I enjoy what they did. If you guys did not know, we're starting Buffy-a-thon. It was originally part of my goals video. It's gonna go up tomorrow as its own separate video. I'm actually like clipping that out of my goals video and completely, or for the most part, and that's a month. This is a good place to tell you, it is a year-long read-along, watch-along of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We start out with the TV show for the first 7 seasons, and then we jump into the graphic novels for the last 5 months of the year. I'm very, very excited about it. I'm very excited to reread it because I read a lot of Buffy AU. I would count this, in my opinion, as Buffy AU, even with the majority of the cast coming back to reprise their roles. I read a lot of it, and I've watched a lot of it. I've seen a lot of it. Nothing is as good as the TV show and or the graphic novel that was made afterwards by Dark Horse, and I feel very strongly about this. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. If you've read Slayers, do you have any interest in reading Slayers? Did any of my things? Do you guys want to read fanfiction? I also don't think Amber Benson, no offense to Amber Benson, I love her as Tara so much, I don't really think she's a good writer. I mean, I think she needs a lot more editors on her writing, is essentially because I've read quite a bit of other stuff by her. She's been working in the comics for a long time, and so is Spike, and I don't think either of them are that promising of authors. I think under a different creative, maybe this would have been better. Also, if there would have been a cameo at the very end as kind of tease from like Allison Hannigan or somebody else, or they would have got back the actress, maybe they did. I couldn't recognize her voice for Amy. Things like that, small things that if you're going to use a character, you've gotten back almost the entire cast, why don't you just shoot for the stars, right? Even if it's more expensive, I would say it's worth it in my opinion. Buffy is a lost here, and once again, even like in the episode The Wish, which is very similar to this, Buffy was still a very key player. And even though I love Cordelia, and I love that Christina Carpenter got to come back and take Cordelia back, that is my favorite part about this entire experience. I just think Buffy was missing, in my opinion. You can't say a Buffyverse story without Buffy. I read a lot of Buffyverse stories, and they all have to do with Buffy, probably, or something along those lines, or she is in a portion of it. And so I think it's a missed opportunity to not. Also, I'm hating relationships that are built on such great ships, such as Buffy and Spike and other things. And I mean, Buffy and Spike is very tumultuous and very hated in some places romance, but it is my favorite ship, or one of my favorite ships out of the entire show. I don't like it when they do the switch up in the reboot or the sequel or whatever. Teen Wolf did a very similar thing here. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but it is quite annoying, and I never once liked the coupling that they ended up going with for this one either in the TV show, which was hinted at, never fully explored, but only hinted. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it, and I'll talk to you guys all very soon with another video soon. I'll see you guys in the new year.